What's a popular tourist destination that you found underwhelming? Anyone who doesn't post Plymouth Rock has never wasted their time traveling to see Plymouth Rock. I really wanted to see the Wisconsin Dells, but the town is so utterly commercialized that I left without seeing the Dells. The room with the Mona Lisa in it. Couldn't get anywhere near it, and it's not that big of a painting to see from the back of the room when all the people in front of you had giant cameras. Maybe it's better in the age of cell phone cameras, but I doubt it. Skywalk on the west rim of the Grand Canyon. Massively overpriced and scummy because they lock up your phones and then charge ridiculous additional pricing for pictures. Cool, not worth. Go to the south rim, it has a better view, and it doesn't cost extra. Hollywood, California. The Mona Lisa picture. I was glad I saw it just to say I have seen it, but yeah. That glass walkway over the Grand Canyon. You have to drive into a reservation like 90 minutes from anything. Weak or no cell coverage. Long waits. Everything costs too much and is crap quality. A literal tourist trap. Never again. They don't let you take your own phone or electronics onto the glass overlook so they can upsell you on their photo packages. Don't do it. Dubai. A lot of sand, and not a lot to do unless you're extremely wealthy. Mount Rushmore is a lot smaller than I pictured. Inside the head of the Statue of Liberty. It's much smaller than it seems, and there's no view. Dubai. I fly back and forth from Australia to Europe a fair bit, and always try to do a few days or a week stopover in between to break it up. Dubai was by far the most underwhelming. It's a giant shopping mall. Changi Airport has more local character than the city of Dubai. Mannequin Piss, Brussels. Surfer's Paradise in Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia. It's not a massive tourist attraction worldwide, but it is very popular with the tourists. It's not even a good place. A lot of homeless people, drug use, so many police and people starting fights. It's not that beautiful of a place. I really don't understand the hype. Nassau, Bahamas. I've been 4 separate times on cruise lines. I feel like it's an absolute shithole. Punta Cana. Hard to enjoy private luxuries amid the ineffable poverty. The Leaning Tower of Pisa, though that might be because I wasn't able to get near it, much less climb it. Jamaica. Save your money. Don't get mugged/murdered. The police are dirtier than the criminals. It's environmentally devastated due to logging, mining, and the locals throwing trash in every river stream or ditch they find handy. Visiting Venice was like stepping into a picturesque postcard, but the charm quickly faded with the overwhelming crowds, the pungent odor of stagnant canal water, and the overpriced, mediocre food targeted at tourists. The Corn Palace and also Waldruck, both in South Dakota, and dare I say MT Rushmore. Las Vegas. Everything is just so damn expensive, and the entertainment value is not worth the cost. ITT. All of the most popular and most visited tourist destinations in the world, except Plymouth Rock. Fuck that boring-ass rock. Ruby Falls. I live in Chattanooga. It's the biggest waste of money here as far as the tourist stuff goes. If you ever come here, check out Rock City, the aquarium, and do some minor hiking and you'll see the best of the city. There are also like 8 breweries and 2 whiskey distilleries. Ruby Falls would just take time away from seeing that stuff. Myrtle Beach. The Terracotta Soldiers in Xi'an. Very crowded, very hot, people selling stuff everywhere you turn, and no effort is made into making the viewing any kind of experience. I usually don't mind places that people refer to as touristy, but this was too much for me. Lots of other great stuff in Xi'an though. Heard all the hype of Jamaica. After visiting, it really is a shithole. Hustlers everywhere, even on resorts it isn't safe anymore. Crime is off the charts, and you are asking for trouble hooking up with anyone there. Portobello Road Market. Too many fakes. Waikiki Beach. Giant concrete jungle full of overpriced tourist traps and resorts as far as the eye can see. There's way prettier and cooler places to see on Oahu than that hellhole. Naples, Italy. Picture an Italian town, overrun with tourists and pizza. Now fill it with pounds and pounds of trash. That place has the worst littering problem I have ever seen in my life. It smells like a pizza trash dump. Do not go there. Go to anywhere in Italy that is normal, I promise. Earth. Supreme Ruler said it was a must-see planet, but I don't like it, and now I'm out of spaceship gas and can't get back home. Pisa. Italy. Dirty little industrial town with the one attraction that was crawling with tourists. Hookers line the road out of town. There are several beautiful little towns nearby. Do a little research in your guidebooks. Old Faithful. The rest of Yellowstone is incredible, but for being the most famous geyser, Old Faithful wasn't even in my top 5 things to see at Yellowstone. Niagara Falls. It's like a giant tourist trap, and everything is disappointing except the falls themselves.
Hollywood Boulevard.
Nightmare on Tourist Street. Daytona Beach, fixed spelling. Liberty Bell in Philadelphia. I don't know what I was expecting, but it's just a bell. Las Vegas. San Francisco is a magical city. If you avoid every single touristy place they tell you to go. Substitutes. Alcatraz is just a concrete 1950s prison. Expect no more than that. But I personally think Angel Island and renting a bikes is a better thing to do in about the exact same time and cheaper. Japanese tea garden in the park are okay but overpriced and usually crowded. Go to the Botanic Gardens literally across the street. Everything about Haight-Ashbury is BS. Avoid Fisherman's Wharf like the plague. Nobody ever goes to see the bison in the park. It's free. I find the fact we have a random herd of bison in the middle of our city park the last 130 years, and they're half the reason they aren't extinct in the US is cool. Arashiyama Bamboo Forest. I was so excited for it, but it was so crowded that I couldn't stop to admire it. It was sad because it felt like it lost its magic I'd read about so many times, especially the history post-World War II. But the positive side is that tourists are really lazy. So if you walk 10 minutes away, you still see a lot of bamboo, but hardly in tourists. Santorini. We spent a couple of weeks in Greece, and it was all amazing, except Santorini. Took a boat from Athens to Crete. Decided to spend one night on Santorini just to say we have been there. 99% tourists. Hotels stacked on hotels, stacked on hotels. We had a decent view, and the locals we met were great. Talking with them, we heard how hard it is. For some of the people we met, most of the housing is owned by people who don't live there, and it is used to rent to tourists. One person told us that the teachers for the local school live in tents next to the school because there is no housing available for people who live there. These are anecdotal for some locals, but from what I saw, I can't believe them.